To show off a nice BHAT feature, add a line to our scenario. And there is one product. We now have one step that adds 5 products, and another almost identical that adds one more product. But the language isn't quite the same, so PhpStorm highlights it as an undefined step. How can we use this language, but have it reuse the definition we already have? One trick is to add a second annotation statement to that definition. And that would make it work. But there's a better way that's new to BHAT 3, conditional language. Update the annotation to there is /r count products with the s inside of parentheses. Now change the end of the scenario to look for 6 products. Run just the scenario. The new language matches both steps and we're passing. While we're here, add a proper background and move the login step there. Remove the duplicated line from each scenario. Next, I want to add a test for this isPublished flag. If a product is not published, it has a little X icon. If it is published, it has a check mark. I want to make sure these are showing up correctly. Right now, all of the products are unpublished. Woo! Time for a new scenario. Scenario, show published/unpublished. But this time, we can't just say given 5 products exist, because we need to control the published flag. But we can use a new trick. Add given the following products exist. End the line with a colon, and below, build a table just like we did earlier with scenario outlines. Give it 2 headers, name and isPublished. I'm making these headers up. You'll see how I use them in a second. Call the first product foo1 and make it published. Call the second foo2 and make it not published. Okay, keep going on the scenario. When I go to /admin/products, I'll stop here for now and add the missing then line that looks for the published flag later. Try this by running only this scenario. Copy the new function into feature context. But it looks different. It saw that this step had a table below it and passed us a table node object that represents the data in that table. Let's iterate over the object and dump each row out to see what happens. Science! Rerun the test. Each row is printed out as an associative array using the header and the value for that row. How cool is that? To save some time, I'll copy some code that creates product objects. This adds some duplication to my feature context. Shame on me. In a real project, I want you to be a little more careful. In this scenario, we won't give each product an author because we don't need that for what we're testing. Call setName, passing it row left square bracket name. Then if row isPublished equals yes, add product arrow set isPublished true. The isPublished with a space in the middle is on purpose. I want a human to be able to read the scenarios. And other than super geeks like you and I, isPublished with a space reads a lot better than is_published. And yes for published is more expressive than putting a 1 or a 0. In feature context, we can translate all that into code. Fetch the Entity Manager and flush the changes at the bottom. Awesome, this passes. Don't get too excited. We don't have a then statement yet.